Hello and welcome to another update video about Bonk. So the Bonk chart has rallied basically to my target for the third wave in yellow. So we'll talk about that now and also what the updated support region is, because we're currently tracking if Bonk already completed this fourth wave. And if yes, then I need to see a 5-wave move up to confirm it. At the moment we have 3 waves, but the third wave is long enough to be the third wave, okay, instead of a C wave. And now it just needs to hold a fourth wave support. So let's talk about that in this video. The overall idea hasn't changed on this chart. I mean, the overall support region is still highlighted here in orange. Obviously, it's a bit difficult here with the numbers on the Bonk chart, but talking about 45357 as a key support, the 50% Fibonacci retracement, as long as that's holding, further upside expected. And we have sideways consolidation here, basically a flat structure. Could be a running flat or an expanded flat if we make another low. But at the moment, it looks like a running flat in which we had a WXY structure. Okay, can also count that as an ABC. It doesn't matter so much. That's just sort of academic labeling. What is really important is to understand if the correction is over, and we can really only say it is once the price forms a 5-wave advance. At the moment, you can see that we have 3 waves up from the low here. First of all, it's important to recognize that this low here reached a 100% extension level of the wave W to the downside, which bottomed on the 8th of January. That's an ideal target to end such a correction. It's where this sort of target area started. Of course, we could get one more low, but this, what would be a fourth wave, is a little bit too aggressive to be a fourth wave. Still valid technically in diagonal, but I start to lean towards the yellow count, because this is quite extended now. So if we have the yellow count that's unfolding, then ideally we should see a fourth wave pullback at some point. There's no evidence it started yet, okay? But it's only just now reached anyway the first ideal target for the third wave. So it can always extend further, right? What is just important to realize now is that if there is a pullback, this 162,800 level needs to hold to give us a 5th wave. Anything below that will shift probabilities towards another low. So we need those 5 waves. And yeah, it might be that the third extends, a lot. It's just possible, right? It could extend a lot, and then we do this. So it will all shift higher. That's just what it is with these altcoins. That's why it can make sense to add positions when the support regions are reached, and then take some profits when the market makes it available. Because these break often, right? I mean, even there's no guarantee it will hold a 4 and 5. But if it does, then we can call that wave 1 of a larger degree 5th wave. And that means if we get that, if we get 5 waves up, then the subsequent pullback in what I would call wave 2 in yellow should ideally hold a higher low. The probabilities will increase for that. If the price can form a 5-wave advance, then it's typically quite likely that in a pullback, a higher low is forming, okay, in wave 2. So that's sort of what I'm watching now. Can't really give you a support region for wave 2 yet, but I can give you a support for wave 4. So, but there's no evidence at the moment that the wave 4 has started, man. A little bit of a dip might be as that the third gets one more high, basically. Especially if we really call that a potential impulse here that might be unfolding, even though the wave 1 doesn't really look like it, but the third looks like an impulse. So might get one more high here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might get one more high in the third, actually. And then the fourth can start after that. So I need to adjust the support region for the wave 4 if the third makes another high. And the next upside target is that 232423 level, the 1.618 extension level. And then obviously if the price climbs higher, we have to adjust it a little bit higher. Looks a bit like an impulse now, especially here with this third. So maybe I should just... I mean, we should add the 23.6 Fib level. I just allow for the 61.8 because this is what looks like wave 1. Looks a bit like an ABC structure, but the third looks impulsive. If it forms another high, it does. And then Yeah, I mean, ideally the 50% fib level holds anyway here at 172,783. It's the orange box we have to just consider, right, as ideal support. And obviously, normally you say the ideal target for a fourth wave is sort of the 38.2 retracement, and ideally not below the 50% retracement. If it has to, okay, then it's a diagonal, but ideally it doesn't even break below that 172,783 level. These are the key parameters for Bonk. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.